In this lesson, we're again going to look at how can I solve equations. Specifically, we're going to be looking at some that involve some rational numbers and that maybe multiple steps. Actually, all these are going to be single-step equations, but they're going to involve some rational numbers. So you have this one here, n minus 1 1/4 equals -6. So in terms of looking at the steps to solve this, you want to isolate your variable by itself. So to do that, you're subtracting 1 1/4, so you're going to want to subtract 1 1/4. So -6 minus 1 1/4. So the left side of the equation is going to be pretty simple. It's going to end up as n equals, I made a mistake. It's actually, I'm subtracting 1 1/4, so I need to add it. So adding 1 1/4, not subtracting. So anyways, now that this side is going to be n, and now over here I need to solve this addition of rational numbers problem, which is going to be -6 plus 1 1/4. Now when I add two rational numbers, I need to look at their signs. They have different signs, so what I'm actually going to be doing is subtracting them. I'm going to subtract their absolute values. So the absolute value of -6 equals 6, and the absolute value of 1 1/4 is going to equal 1 1/4. So I'm going to do 6 minus 1 1/4. 6 has a greater absolute value, so my answer is going to be negative. So I'm going to put a negative sign over there. Come over here to the left and do 6 minus 1 1/4. To do this, I'll immediately have to regroup the 6 into a 5 and put 4 fourths. 4 fourths minus 1 fourth is 3 fourths. 5 minus 1 is 4. So it should be -4 3 fourths. Be careful if you're looking for another answer to this. You might need to know that 3 fourths is 0.75, like 3/4, 75 cents. So n could also be equal to 4.75. This next part is probably something that many of you could probably just, if I said, hey, solve this problem here, you could probably do it. But I want you to solve it by writing an algebraic equation. At a restaurant, Mike and his 3 friends decided to divide the bill evenly. If each person paid $13, then what was the total bill? So you have to look at, you have Mike and 3 friends, so don't get, like, the 3 isn't really the number, it's Mike and 3 friends, so it's really 4 people. You're going to let T equal the total bill, and you have to split the bill evenly amongst the 4 friends, so it'll be T over 4, and it says if each person paid 13, so you would have each person would pay 13. So if you divide the bill by 4, you get 13. Now you would go through and say, how can I solve this equation? Well, you just solve it the same way you would think of it. So if I'm doing T divided by 4, you're going to want to multiply by 4, and 13 times 4. T divided by 4 times 4 is just going to equal T, and then 13 times 4 would be 4 times 10 is 40, 4 times 3 is 12, 40 plus 12 is 62. So the total bill would have been $62. Again, this video's point was to help you learn how can I solve equations.